Russian army disaster as Ukrainian counterattack wipes out over 1,000 troops. Russian armor soon got bogged down in Ukrainian minefields and was exposed to wave after wave of drone attacks. Ukraine's army has inflicted massive casualties on Vladimir Putin's forces after clearing up pockets of isolated Russian units in a devastating counterattack on the Eastern Front. Earlier in the summer, Russia's army appeared to have made a major breakthrough in Dobrapilya, about 36 kilometers north of Pokrovsk. Hundreds of Russian troops pierced through a porous defense in August, advancing more than 15 kilometers beyond Ukrainian lines. Kiev's military has since launched its own counterattack, successfully trapping Russian units in isolated pockets, cut off from supplies and reinforcements. Ukrainian forces have stealthily continued to mop up the remnants of those Russian units, collapsing the pockets one after another. Senior Russian commanders reportedly remained unaware of the critical situation faced by their isolated units due to false reports from their junior officers. When they finally became aware of the unfolding emergency, they ordered desperate mechanized counterattacks near Shakovy. Russian armor soon got bogged down in Ukrainian minefields and was exposed to wave after wave of drone attacks. The First Azov Corps alone reported 1,226 Russian casualties, 23 armored vehicles destroyed, 130 other vehicles lost, and 39 artillery systems eliminated in just 1 week. The rescue attempts ended up in disaster, with drone footage showing Russian soldiers seeking shelter in anti-tank ditches. However, they were easy prey for Ukrainian UAVs, which swept in for the kill. At the same time, Ukrainian snipers positioned in recently liberated tree lines picked off any Russians escaping from the trenches. The Russian forces continue to tighten the noose around Pokrovsk, where intense fighting has raged for over a year. The Kremlin is desperate to seize the Donbas city, a key logistics and transport hub for Ukraine's army on its eastern axis. Ukraine's military has rushed special forces units to the area in a bid to shore up the city's defense. General Alexander Syrskyi said Ukrainian troops were fending off a multi-thousand enemy force, but denied Russian claims that they were surrounded or blocked. Meanwhile, Russians make a surprise attack through the minefield and die. Today, Russia is intensifying its offensive with a series of mechanized assaults aimed at pushing north toward Orikhiv. The Russian forces attempted a new tactic to breach Ukrainian lines, but the defenders were already on high alert and prepared to respond. Russia's goals here are twofold. Firstly, they want to pin down the defenders and disrupt their attention, while another Russian group is assaulting from the east, trying to get behind the Zaporizhia defense lines towards the region of Dnipropetrovsk. Secondly, their strategic goal is to bring Zaporizhia city within tube artillery range, allowing them to disrupt Ukrainian logistics and endanger the civilian population, which will create additional problems for the Ukrainians. To open the gates towards the regional capital, Russia needs to take control of Orikhiv, marking its operational goal. There are a lot more defensive structures west and south of Orkiv, so if the Russians capture Molotov-Machka, this would allow them to bypass some of the defenses, as there are fewer fortifications from the direction. The Russian command has ordered a frontal attack on Molotov-Machka, recently with elite VDV troops, who were annihilated by Ukrainian drone units. Another failing from this direction. The Russians decided to exploit the other routes from the southwest. This will allow them to send forces through at least two vectors, which will divide Ukrainian attention and give the Russians better chances. Extensive open fields enable attackers to maneuver off-road, but this creates other risks, as the area is heavily mined by both sides. So the Russians need to use vehicles equipped with mine plows. If we look at the topographic map, Russia's advantage in this sector is that it has control over key heights south of Molotov-Machka. The village's lower ground location gives Russian attackers a tactical advantage by improving their field of view and fire control, providing observation points and enabling control over likely approaches. Ukrainians were on high alert after the recent attack, and reports from Ukrainian partisans working behind the front line of Russian troop redeployments in the region. Due to this, Ukrainian operators are monitoring up to 15 kilometers behind the front line with drones. This allows the defenders to detect enemy movement in time and start engaging them in the kill zone, denying them the chance to get close to the actual positions around the settlement. Geolocated footage shows how the first two Russian armored vehicles were detected near the village of Mirny, around 6 kilometers from the front line. Both hit an anti-tank mine, which immobilized them, but some Russian infantry managed to survive and take shelter in a tree line. Unfortunately for the Russians, operators of the 17th Army Corps and 118th Separate Mechanized Brigade dispatched their FPV drones and hunted down the remaining infantry and finished off the armored vehicles. One vehicle could reach Nestoryanka despite being targeted by multiple FPV drones, but was subsequently destroyed and burned down. 4 Russian armored vehicles attempted to assault through the open fields near Robitne, behind a mine-plowing vehicle to avoid detonating the mines. Despite their drone protection through additional cages and an electronic warfare system disrupting the signal of Ukrainian FPV drones, they were also hit and destroyed after being immobilized. The Russian soldiers, who survived the initial engagement, dismounted but were quickly hunted down. The Ukrainians were able to eliminate the Russian vehicles before they were able to reach the positions and create a direct threat to the defenders. Compensating with drones is vital because the Ukrainian positions are understaffed, as this sector was quiet, while there are several hot points on the front line, which force Ukraine to prioritize them and redeploy more soldiers there.